Times poll shows voters in 9 battleground states trust the president more than Joe Biden when it comes to these issues. To holding China accountable for the coronavirus pandemic, 57% of voters in those key swing states chose the president. Also, while 74% of swing states feel President Trump is the right choice for protecting small businesses from lawsuits related to the outbreak. Joining us now to weigh in, what were we looking at there? I think it was a different number there. Okay. Kelly Sadler, Communications Director for American First Policy. So the president is obviously doing well, Kelly, in certain things like China, handling the economy, pretty much handling coronavirus, believe it or not, even though you see a lot of Democrats saying he's not very high on that level. So how do you respond to these numbers?
Well, I think they're very positive for the president. When we polled people's opinions on China, I mean, it was over a staggering 70% disapproval. That's at an all-time high, and it's reflective of a lot of these national polls that shows the Americans are souring on China. 57% of those surveyed in these battleground states want a retaliatory action against China for spreading this virus internationally. And President Trump has been strong on China, and his policies have been strong on China. And clearly, by a 17-point margin, voters in these battleground states trust the president to handle China appropriately more than they do Joe Biden.
So, Kelly, the economy, according to this poll, has replaced health care as a top concern for voters. So how do you think President Trump needs to proceed and really capitalize on that moving forward as we draw closer to November?
Well, the emphasis needs to be on reopening, and the majority of Americans like the stimulus bill that was passed last round. They like the protections given to small businesses, and they want to start getting back to work and reopening this economy based on the president's proposed 3-phase plan. I believe that they also, just based on what was discovered in this polling, they support a lot of Republican proposals of getting the economy back open, like with liability protection for small businesses. 74% of Americans in these battleground states support that sort of proposal. They also support proposals by an overwhelming majority to give tax breaks to American companies to bring their manufacturing back to America. And this is stuff that's now being discussed in Congress. Ironically, though, the Democrats are adamantly opposed to these policies. They're looking at universal basic income, but when you look at the poll that we conducted, only 28% of Americans in these battleground states support universal basic income. So it's widely unpopular with these battleground states.
All right. Thank you very much, Kelly. Kelly Sadler joining us talking about some of those poll results. And keep